do you want to know how I made this really big cake from the Happy Heaven days in Hello Kitty Island Adventure? Well, you just have to watch the painful and super long process of making this. See you at the very end. I'll use this big mold for the first 2 layers, and I cut the second layer to be a little bit smaller. And remember, this is the one that I'm using for the cheesecake in game. So this is what I'm going to use for the top layer. And then the base will be a genoise. And then I'll use some royal icing and some fondant for the decoration. Let's go. Because I can do these 2 at the same time, I will do 1 full cake and then a second cake later. So, in my box of fondants, I had these colors here. But on this cake here, you notice there are 6 different colors. So there's the light blue that I can use like this. The darker blue, maybe I can mix black and blue. Then there's this darker purple that I can probably do this darker blue and red. And then this orange, I can do yellow and red. But there's this lighter purple here that, let's see if we mix these 2, does it make lighter purple? But the big issue for me is this hot pink. I technically have no options of making a hot pink. I'm going to the store later and I'll see if I can find some white. And if I can find some white, I can turn this red and white into the hot pink. Maybe if not, I'll just use the red instead of the hot pink, but I love pink, so this is a shame. And you notice there are rounds and stars, and there are quite many of them. So I'm not sure if I want to make them by hand with a knife, because also it's very hard to make them look beautiful. And I have these, I actually have 6 points instead of 5 here. So I think it's better than nothing, because also I have these 2 different shapes. That would be perfect. I think it would be a good idea to use this, and then the rounds, I should be able to make rounds myself. But when I go to the store, I'll also look if I find something. We'll see. And maybe I can use these and cut the rounds from inside here for the small one. That would be a good idea. And then finding, I don't know, a bottle or something for the bigger one. Let's do that. They are looking weird, but still have to bake them a little bit more. Yes, this one is done. It is so tall for some reason. It went so tall. We'll cut it. Okay, this one also got super tall on the top for some reason, but yeah. Let's let them cool down a bit and then we'll cut it to the right size. But in the meantime, we can start to prep this one to start the 3rd part. And I need to redo a whole other dough. So I just did a bunch of icing with icing sugar, egg whites, and a little bit of lemon juice. So we'll see if I need to make more, if it's too liquid, too hard by the time I need to ice the cake. And while the last cake part is continuing to cook, I guess I'll make more of these mixes of colors in fondant. Well, this is orange, so red and yellow, and this is blue and red, and it's so ugly. I know that you're gonna get pastel colors, but my colors that I needed is actually not pastels. Okay, so I have 3 of these now. I just need to find the exact distance that the last one will have to be cut, so it's a natural 3-piece cake. And also we'll have to find something to do with the outside, but that's for another time. So first of all, I cut the top, and then I noticed that this candy tin is actually the exact same size that I need to be the middle cake for my 3 things, so I'll use that as a mold. Well, this cake is already going to be huge in 3 slots, but I have all that extra and a ton of extra from the other one. What am I going to do? Maybe we'll let it dry a little bit before we cut the middle. I just want it to be super safe. I decided to swap them out. This is a cold one, this is a hot one. I think this part is actually flatter, so we'll use this side. And then this. Wow, does it look like something? So far it looks terrible. maybe we can make it look like something eventually. This part is not high enough, but still, it looks like something. This is my first attempt as a 3-layer cake, so we'll see. I think I want to let it dry a little bit more and be sure that the icing will work perfectly and not fall too much. I'm not sure if it's the right consistency yet or not. We'll see. Okay, not bad, not bad. I have actually never iced a cake with this, even though I've always bought it for this, and every time I needed it, I actually never found it, so I have no idea how to use it. Okay, it's not staying put. Okay, it's not bad. It took like 20 minutes. But I want to transfer it to the final thing so that I can fix the bottom before putting on the fondant. And the plate will actually be this pizza plate that I bought also for making other Hello Kitty Island Adventure pizza. But I will transfer it to this and it will be perfect. Okay, let's say it's done. I will put it in the fridge and I will work on the fondant because I'm nowhere near close to having all the colors done. So this is the day after. I bought some white fondant, so hopefully I can make the pink one. And I decided to cut out of the egg carton some shapes because I did not actually want to use the one with 6 points. I really wanted it to be like the ones on the photos. So I'm going to be using these ones and I need to make more colors. Hopefully it won't take too long. So change of plans. This is supposed to be this light purple here and this one the darker purple here. It's disgustingly gray. So I'm thinking of doing something else. Let me see if I can actually make a pretty hot pink with the white and red. And if not, we'll just use the regular blue, I guess. I'm wondering if it's the red that messes up and won't get purple. And can I make a blue and a darker blue and some kind of pink? And if that's the case, then I'll forget about the purple altogether. Let's see. This is darker blue, but it's actually very grayish. So that pink is not very similar to that hot pink, but at least is not as ugly as the rest. So it's very similar to the orange, but it's also the case, so that's okay. I think I might not use these super ugly ones, and I might use just the blue. What if I use blue here, and then the pink? And then I still need something here. So maybe this one still? But those two are too ugly and I use this as this one and then the rest will be either blue or this pink and I cannot make more blue. But I intend to replace this darker blue and darker purple but this light blue and do everything in this blue. My cake is not already the best, but it would be so ugly if I put all this. Well, I could have blended it more, I guess. It's already a catastrophe as it is. Okay, this is a lot longer than if I had taken the cookie cutter. Well, just 10,000 more to make, yay! It's been almost an hour and I've only done these, but I'm running out of space. So I'm going to put them already on the cake. And that way I'll see how many more I need to do and everything. Okay, I'm going to put it back in the fridge until I make more. I am so glad that I kept those from last year. So they're the exact same on the cake. Thank you so much, Sunblink, I'm so happy. Okay, I'm going to put them to see where the space is left and fill it with a pink. And then we'll see what else I need to make and fill. Okay, now the last part is this one to do, and honestly, I need to use this super ugly color, but the rest colors are terrible. My cake is really not off, really. Okay, let's use the last thing. Well, this is it. It took 8 hours and probably like $50 in supplies. Way too expensive and way too long to make this kind of cake. Also, if you find my videos useful, usually maybe not this one, my usual content, if you find it useful, consider subscribing and maybe even joining the channel membership to help me in these crazy endeavors. Anyways, some things that I would have done differently. The second layer is too tiny and you remember that I cut the top before cutting it too smaller. And if I had cut it a smaller round before cutting the top, it would have been taller. So maybe it would be better. And yeah, I would find find maybe other colors on fondant, like native colors, I would say. Maybe I should have bought the pastel one, and maybe I should have bought the pastel and this one to mix it up. I don't know. Anyways, this is how it looks. And also probably, it will also probably not taste that good because it's just plain sponge cake kind of inside of it. Usually if I do a cake like that, I would put some cream in it, some taste, something like that. So today, this is all about the outside look. If you want to taste test, maybe I'll ask my friends tonight when they try it, but I don't expect it to be any good. Mon Dieu, c'est une catastrophe! Magnifique. Okay.
Franchement, ça passe, hein.
Ça passe, ça passe.
And last year, for the Happy Heaven Days, I have done a dress and a cake. And both of that I had to have the help of my mother because I broke my shoulder skiing and my arm was like that, so it was very not useful to do any sewing or any cooking. But nonetheless, this is the cool result of the dress and the cake that we made, and I'm sure that you want to see the process of it, so click on these two videos over here to see what we made last year and see you there. Bye bye!